As an entrepreneur, how do you deal with this when you have a good idea, even if you're making a little bit money of it, but for some reason you just can't get the business side to turn the corner? What should they do?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, shout out to Tim Pool. I know this problem very well. So as I mentioned at the top, this is what I call the chaos machine. So when you're trying to do anything, you indulge me for a minute, because if people understand this, it will change the way they view life. So the second law of thermodynamics is that everything moves towards chaos. It's more complicated than that, but that's just an easy way to think about it.
Copy.
Okay, if that's really true and you're trying to build a company, you have an end state in mind that is extremely ordered. Now, if the second law of thermodynamics says everything moves towards disorder,
your company's not safe.
Bro, it's not safe at all. Like, you're going to spend all day, and this is the part that people never talk about with the second law of thermodynamics. It says, in a closed system, the only way to bring order to the system is to apply energy. So it isn't even an analogy for business. It is the literal physical reality of building a business or raising kids or whatever. Everything is moving towards disorder, and you have to put an inhuman amount of energy into bringing the final order that you want. So the problem that he's facing is actually ridiculously simple to solve. But what's happening is he's running up against what I always say in business is business and success in general is a question of attrition. Most people just give up. It stops being fun. It stops being interesting. And so there's a great Churchill quote: success is the ability to go from failure to failure without a loss of enthusiasm. Mm-hmm. So he's talking about, we've tried all these technical things to get the studio up and running. I try it and we can't get it up. And, I've got all these lazy employees and they're not doing anything to help. And I just feel like I'm Sisyphus pushing the rock. But not only am I pushing the rock, but people are sitting on the rock. And it's like, yeah, it really does feel like that. But you can break this down into these chunks and just start executing against it. Okay, so number one, I always ask myself, is what I'm trying to do, does it violate the laws of physics? Okay, is it possible to fix a studio setup? Yes, it is. It does not violate the laws of physics. Great. Am I capable of doing it? Not yet, but I could learn. Do I want to learn? No, I don't. Okay, well then that leaves one of two options. I either pay somebody to come in and fix this, or I give equity to somebody if I can't afford to pay them and they come in and fix it and they get a piece of the business. But either way, it's very obvious that that doesn't violate the laws of physics.